Welcome everybody to the webinar. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm really excited tonight to talk to you about how to get started right with Teamzy so that you can become a power hour boss. So for those of you who are new to Teamzy, I will take you through kind of how to set it up tonight. I'll show you the workflows for how to do your power hour, okay? Teamzy is set up so that you can do all of your income producing activities in less than an hour a day. It's going to help you be super leveraged and efficient with your time. The cool thing about it is it's also pretty easy to use. So if you're intimidated by the technology, by the time we're done tonight, you should feel pretty comfortable with it. Okay, so before I get started though, I just have a couple of things to share with you, and then we'll jump right into Teamzy. So here's our topic tonight. Get started right with Teamzy and become a power hour boss. Okay. My backstory for those of you who've not met me before. As I mentioned, I'm the creator of Teamzy. My background is in coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach 16 years, helping people build their business. I fell into network marketing by accident. I found some products that really helped me, changed my life even, and I was excited to share them with others. And when I looked at the business opportunity that was available with network marketing, I thought, this is pretty cool. The only challenge that I had was I only had an hour a day that was extra time that I could devote to my business. I had a full-time career at the time. I have 4 kids. You know, I just didn't have that much time. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that too. So I started looking for tools to help me leverage my time. I wanted to use that 1 hour incredibly efficiently. So I was looking for something that would help me to stay in contact with all of my contacts, which is the key, right? Because this business is based on relationships, and you do that by staying in touch with people. I needed to know when to contact them and when not to contact them. In other words, I wanted a system that would just say, hey, Eric, dummy, contact these 5 people right now, and not make me think or plan. Also, I needed to know what the heck to say to these people. How do I start a conversation with somebody I haven't talked to in 10, 15, 20 years out of the blue? What do I say? And just help me with this so I don't stare at my screen all day in overthinking mode, trying to come up with the perfect message. Also, I needed a system that would help me follow up seamlessly so that nobody falls through the cracks. Because once you start connecting with people and start creating conversations, it's easy to lose track of them. Then you did all that work for nothing, right? So I started looking around thinking, gosh, 35 million people in North America doing network marketing. There's got to be some great tools out there. There was one more thing it had to be, though. It had to be easy to use because honestly, I don't like complicated things, especially when it comes to software technology. It's just too much. I want it to be so easy. And so I started looking, and long story short, there's nothing out there for us. So we built it. And that's why exactly how Teamzy came to be. And just to give you a little history of the company, just 3.5 years since we launched Teamzy to the public, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is incredible. I mean, very humbling, very humbling. And people that are actively using Teamzy, they've been averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. I will always show you my statistics over 90 days because there's a cycle for relationships, right? All right, so let's jump right into Teamzy now and show you how to do all this, which is kind of fun. So for those of you who haven't already started using Teamzy, you can go to teamzy.com and get a free trial for 30 days. Okay, it's free, 30 days, full access. We don't ask for your credit card or anything wonky. We just want you to use it and love it. Okay, so go to teamzy.com and get your free trial. The first time you log in, you'll come to this screen, the one I'm sharing with you now. This is the setup wizard in Teamzy. I built this for people like me because setting these things up can be so complicated, most people won't even bother. I wanted this to be pretty easy. Okay, so you're going to come in, you'll have a little welcome video from me that explains all the different things you can do in Teamzy. And then the first real thing we'll do to set things up is we're going to set an income goal. How much money would you like to be earning a year from now? Okay, how much money would you like to be earning your annual income a year from now? You can see that if you slide this, it changes the goal and it changes how much activity you'd have to do daily to hit that goal. So my goal was 150,000. That was my goal when I started this business. So I'm going to set it there. And you can see that that automatically creates a daily task of connecting with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. So to get to that income level, I need to connect with 19 people a day, basically. Okay. Now, the good news is once you've been using Teamzy a week or so, you can do that in about 15 minutes. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So once you have that where you want it, click continue, go to the next page. Now we're going to get your contacts into Teamzy. Teamzy lives in the cloud, which means that it's in the internet, right? So you always have access to it. If you have a smartphone or a computer, you always have access to it. So no more pads of paper, sticky notes, spreadsheets that you can't update, whatever. Get everybody into Teamzy, and all your contacts will be in one place, organized, right? So what we're going to do is these little dots here have instructions on how to do this. So we're going to get your back office people in. We'll get your team imported into Teamzy. We'll get your customers imported into Teamzy. One of the things that I love about Teamzy is it imports your Facebook. You can get your Facebook friends, all of them, into Teamzy in one place, so that you're not going through your Facebook list trying to think about who to message, okay? And once you get everybody into Teamzy, it'll be so organized because, again, they'll be all in one place. We're going to just do one more step for setup before we're ready to start working and connecting with people. So you can see here's the Teamzy dashboard for those of you who haven't seen it before. And we're going to do one more thing. Like I said, I'm going to toggle over to the team page. See on the left? The team page is where your full CRM, your full contact list lives. Everybody's here, right? Your prospects, your customers, your distributors, everybody's on this list. All your contacts are here. So what we're going to do on this page is we're going to rank our relationships. Now, I want you to notice that Maynard here, he has a 4-star rating. We're going to rank our people on a 5-star scale, just like you rank a pizza at Yelp. On Yelp, I should say. It's simple. We rate everything this way, but it's so important to rate our relationships. Okay, so I'm going to turn on rank mode so that we can do it easily for our whole list. See that? I turned that on, so now we can see everybody's rank all at once. This is super crucial because ranking relationships allows you to prioritize your time. See, in relationship marketing, which Teamzy is built on, you need to connect with the best people more often. Okay, so the people closest to you, the people who trust you the most, the people you feel are most likely to join your team or become customers, you should be talking to them more often than somebody you went to high school with and haven't talked to since. Does this make sense? And so one of the things I was looking for in a system, if you remember that slide 2 minutes ago, was I needed a system to tell me who to connect with and who not to. When you rank your people, Teamzy will be able to do that for you, because depending on the ranking will depend how often that person comes up on your list. Okay? So let me just show you how this works. Basically, in rank mode, you can jam down this list, and just if you see anybody, you can change their rank just by clicking on it, okay? Just click on it, and it changes and saves it. Okay, and let me explain to you what these definitions are. A 5-star person, this is somebody most likely to become a customer or distributor, or an existing customer or distributor that's a rock star. These 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family, the people you feel the best about. They're going to show up on your list every 30 days. On your list just to connect, just to say hello, just to make their day. Okay? We're not connecting with people to try to cold sell them or recruit them. We're just trying to connect and make their day, which is so much more effective, because not only does it feel great, but you can start real conversations, and a real conversation is the appropriate place to invite somebody to the business, not just out of the blue. Make sense? A 4-star person is somebody likely to become a customer or a distributor with a little bit of nurturing. These are your friends and family, just maybe not your closest circle. Okay, 4-star people show up every 60 days. Every 60 days. 3-star people could go either way. They show up every 90 days. You just don't know with them. Maybe you haven't talked to them. Maybe you're not very close. Most of the people on your list will be 3 stars, and they'll show up every 90 days. You'll be in touch with them 4 times a year without even thinking or having to set a follow-up. It's just automatic for you in Teamzy. Okay? Now, I want you to know that for those of you who feel like this step is a little overwhelming, when you bring people into Teamzy, they're all going to be assigned 3 stars automatically. So you don't have to rank everybody. Since most of your list will stay 3 stars, all you really need to do is look for your favorite people and make sure they're 5s and 4s. So they show up first and they come back more often. Okay? 2-star ranking, now it's getting a little colder. That's every 120 days. Does this make sense? More stars, more often. Now, once you've done this one time, of course you can change people's rank anytime you want, but once you've done this one time, I want you guys to understand how cool this is. Once you've done it one time, you never have to plan ever. You never have to think ever. You log into Teamzy. It says, hey, Eric, here's who's up next. You go connect with those people. and you don't have to worry about it. Everybody's on the list. Nobody will fall through the cracks. Everyone will cycle through based on their rank. And every day you just get a fresh list of people to connect with. And it's all based on the priority you set. It's so cool. This means that you'll be able to pull Teamzy out of your pocket on your phone while waiting for a coffee at Starbucks. Connect to the next 2 people on the list. Takes a minute. You'll be able to be picking your kids up, waiting in in that parking lot at the school. Pull out your phone, get a few connects done. It's going to make your life so efficient. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that step done, like I said, it auto saves. You can just toggle back to the dashboard. Now we're ready to do our power hour. Let me just show you the dashboard real quick and we'll dive in. First thing I want you to see is where it says today's activities. See this bar right across the top here? These are the goals that we set and set up based on our income goal. So my goal today is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. You can see they're all zeros. I haven't done anything yet. I've also got a goal to invite 3 people. See where it says invites, the goal's 3. I'm going to explain this as I go, but an invite is different than just connecting to say hello. An invite is where I'm actually inviting you to join my team. I'm inviting you to try my products. Okay. I'm inviting you to an event where we're going to talk about the business opportunity. An invite is business specific, whereas a connect is just working on the relationship. Okay. And the cool thing about invites is that you do those when you've uncovered some interest. This is how you keep your friends and you keep your family, and nobody runs away from your business, but people get on board your mission this way. Okay. And then the last goal here are ads. These are just new people that you add to Teamzy every day. You always want to be putting new people in, people that you hadn't thought of, people that you're meeting, people that you meet on social media, whatever. You always want to be adding new people to Teamzy. So that's your goal, is to add a few people every day. Okay. So those are my goals. Now I'm going to scroll down to where it says Power Hour. Do you see this Power Hour module right here? This is built for speed. This is going to help you get your work done so quickly and efficiently. It's going to kind of blow your mind, honestly. So here's how this works. First, on the left side are my Who's Up Next lists. My Who's Up Next lists. I've got my prospects, my customers, my distributors. That's your team, by the way. I know everyone has a different word for it. Those are the people on your team. And then my follow-ups. Okay, 4 lists. Each list only gives me 5 names at a time. Those are the 5 people who are up next. Okay, that keeps me focused and it keeps me from overthinking and getting overwhelmed. Okay, now the right-hand side is where I log the activity as I do it so that I don't have to go back later and track. It's all done for me as I go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's do a power hour together real quick. I'll show you how easy this is. So I'm going to start my power hour. Always start from left to right. Okay, so the first list are prospects. That may seem obvious, but when you have a full follow-ups list, you guys are going to want to go there first. Stay disciplined. Always do your prospect connects. Okay. First person on my list is Jay. So I'm going to message Jay. Now, this is where I used to get stuck. What am I going to say to Jay? Right. And I tried all kinds of different things. And here's what I found after years of trial and error. The simpler the message, the better the response. Right. And it just makes it easier to do this quickly. So I want you just to go to scripts. See right here in the connect box where it says scripts, and just use one of my scripts. They have been refined over years. Okay. And they work great. So I'm going to go to Facebook because I'm going to message her on Facebook. Look, here's connect number 1. I'm just going to grab this script. Here's how it sounds. Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. So simple. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that script. And I'm just going to put it here in the connect box so that I can edit it, make sure the name's right and everything, right? Because her name's not Jane. Hi, Jay. Got the name right. Maybe put some emoticons in here, right? I like emoticons. There, I got a couple of emoticons. Okay, so now the message is set up just the way I want it. I'm going to copy this now and send it in Facebook because I'm going to use Facebook to message her. So Facebook, you have to actually message in Facebook. So I have it open right here in a separate tab. There's Facebook. Okay. Let me close this real quick. So we're just going to look her up. There she is. I'm just going to send this message to her. Okay. Send. Done. That message is now sent. Now I just log it in Teamzy. That was a Facebook message. See the blue button that says log connect? That's how you log a connect. You click the big blue button that says log connect. Done. Now I want you to look at my dashboard. I've got 1 done. My circle's starting to fill in. I've got 8 to go to hit my goal for the day. 4% complete. Next person on my list is Sandy. Now, what I recommend you do is just use that same script again. Just paste it in there. You still have it. And now just change the name. I've got my emoticons. Everything's the way I want it to go. And I'll do the same thing. I'll go over to Facebook. I'll send the message to her. Okay. And then log it. And I'm just going to keep working down my list. I've got 2 done, 7 left. I'll send the same message to Katie, then Rocky, then Calvin, then Tracy, then Janeska. You with me? Super easy. Don't overthink this first script. Your goal is to make someone's day. Your goal is just to get a smile on the other end of that message. Oh, wow, that was nice. Okay. Thanks for messaging. That was nice. We're doing great or whatever. You just want to get a response. That's it. That's all you're looking for, because once you have a response, then you can have a conversation with them. We'll talk about that in a minute. So your job now is just to go down the list until you hit today's goal. My goal was 9. That circle will turn all the way blue. When I'm done with that, I toggle over to my customer list, and now I start with who's up next there. And I start connecting with my customers. I'll do the exact same thing. I'll go to scripts, and I'll grab a script for customers just to make it easy, something simple like this. Hi, John, how are you enjoying the products? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Do me a favor, guys. Real quick, throw up in the chat what company you work with, and I'll show you how easy it is to do one of these scripts. Lori's first with Juice Plus. Okay, great. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. See how easy that is? Hobie. Bam. Put a little emoticon. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Forgot my keystrokes. Do you guys see how easy this is? Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just get those messages out. And again, I'll send it the same way if I'm using Facebook. Now, of course, you can send text messages. You can message them on Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, whatever. I'm just using Facebook messages as an example because I personally use Facebook messages primarily to connect with people because it has such a great response rate. Okay. So again, I would toggle over to Facebook, look up Hobie, send it, come back here and log it. Okay. I'm going to go down my list the same way with customers. So my goal is 6. I'm just going to connect with the next 6 customers on my list. You do not need to overcomplicate your follow-up to customers. You don't need to schedule them on certain dates because let's be honest, you're going to miss those dates for the most part. Those of you who are super organized and are good with that, you're probably frustrated with your team who's not that way. So look, assume that everybody's completely disorganized. Let's make a system that works for everybody. It's right here. You just connect with your customers as they come up. And if you're in Teamzy regularly, you'll be in regular contact with all your customers, which is amazing. And why is it so amazing to be in touch with your customers on a regular basis? Besides the fact that it feels great because it's good service, a couple of magical things happen for your business when you do this. The first one is, statistically, when you're in touch with people, they'll order more products and they'll retain longer. Okay, your customers, when you're in touch with them, will order more products and they will retain longer. You'll see volume just go up just by being in touch with people. Just by saying, hey, I hope you're having an awesome day. Is there anything I can do to make your day today? How's your whatever products going today? Are you using it? Are you enjoying it? Do you have any questions? Is there anything I can do for you? Just quick little messages. Oh my gosh, it will blow up. You get your team on Teamzy doing that for a 30-day free trial, you'll watch the volume go just because you're in touch with people. Now, the other major reason to be in a regular contact with people, your customers especially, is this. You've got a little button there. You can raise your hand. Raise your hand if you would like to have some new customers come into the business. Let me see you guys do that. How many of you are looking for some new customers? Where do you find new customers? Where do you go? Is there a link on your corporate back office titled, click here to find new customers? I will tell you where to find new customers. The best place to find a new customer is from your current customer. The best place to find a new customer is from your current customer. Okay? So check this out. Your customers who are using the products and loving them, what do people do when they love something? They talk about it. They share it. They tell people what they're doing. They can't help themselves. We're all wired this way, which means your customers are talking about your business already to people. The question is, are you in touch with your customers? Are you going to be introduced to those people they're talking to, or are they just going to Google your product and find it somewhere else? That's happening right now, I bet you. You got to be in touch with your customers on a regular basis so they know you're there. And then you got to ask them, hey, are you talking to people about this? Have you been sharing this with other people? Is there anybody you care about that I can get more information to? Could you just introduce me and I'll do that for you? Okay, get introduced to those people. You never have to go looking for customers outside of your business. If you're someone's asking if you have no customers, great. If you have no customers right now, you're focused on prospects. You're just connecting with prospects. You'll get customers. You'll get customers pretty quickly as you start talking to people. Okay. And people will, even new customers will introduce you to new people because new customers are excited. So stay in touch with your customers. So we're going to connect with our prospects, then our customers. When I'm done with my goal here, and my goal here was to connect with 6, then I'll toggle over to distributors. This is my team. And I'm just going to reach out to people on my team, again, just to connect and build a relationship. You guys just need to know, building relationships, building trust, that is the foundation of a business that's sustainable and enjoyable. Okay. When you're building relationships and when you're building trust, you do not have to sell. You do not have to convince. What you get to do then is help people. Okay. When you build relationships and when you build trust, you don't have to sell. You just get to help. And that's the goal. And that's what we're doing here. So we're going to connect Power Hour, prospects, customers, distributors. In my example, 19 people. You guys can see how using my scripts and just copying and pasting and going for it, I could get this done in 15 minutes. But let's say it takes you 30 minutes. That's fine. You send those messages out. Now, a couple pro tips before I go to follow-ups. 1, don't stop and have a conversation with somebody in the middle of this. If they respond right away, just wait a few minutes until you get all the outgoing messages done. Otherwise, you may get distracted and never get back to it. Make sense? The second pro tip is this. If you're doing really well, you'll get about 50% response rate. That's really good. Okay, that's really good. I don't want you to worry about the 50% who don't respond. Don't even think about them. Don't even think about them. Because they're in Teamzy, they're going to come back automatically. You'll message them again down the road. Some people might not respond. I had a guy once that I messaged, he was a 3-star, messaged him every 3 months for more than a year. He never responded. Never responded. Not even the thumbs up, nothing. But you know, he'd come up on my list every 3 months and I would just I'd send him a message. No big deal. And then all of a sudden he responds and says, hey, can we get on a phone call? I want to join your team. I've been watching what you're doing. So don't worry about the people who don't respond. Just message them, let them go back into Teamzy, they'll come back. You will be very busy talking to the 50% who do respond. It'll be very busy, okay? So here's what you're gonna do. You are going to now, set aside a little bit of time to just do these messages every day. Send them out, okay? What I recommend you do is now set aside a little bit more time at a different time of the day where you can have the conversations, unless you really enjoy chasing around your phone all day long, going back and forth on messages. What I did now, when I started this business, I had a full-time job. So I would do my Power Hour messaging early in the morning, 5 a.m. I'd go to work and I would take half of my lunch hour to respond to messages. And then I had an hour in the evening where I responded to messages. So that's kind of how I did it. So that's what I recommend you do. So what happens now is people are responding to that make your day message. And now you have a chance to have a conversation with them. Now you can just talk to them, message back, hey, how are you? What's going on with your life? Send me an update. Tell me what you've been up to. Oh my goodness. We're about to have a long weekend here in the States. Are you doing anything for the long weekend? What are you guys up to? Are you doing anything fun? Have a conversation. Okay, have a conversation. Find out what's going on in their life. See if there's any way you can help them with anything, even if it has nothing to do with your business. Just find a way to help them, find a way to invest in the relationship, be interested in them, okay? And as people are giving you the update on their life, it's only natural for you to give them the update on your life. And this is where you share your business with them just in the conversation. You let them know what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. You just let them know what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. Don't just say, hey, I'm a rep for this company, right? I see it. Let's see. We've got doTERRA, Optavia. I do Optavia. I sell, I help people, you know, I sell Optavia. You don't say that, right? Margie would say, I help people lose weight. This is my passion. This is my passion. And if you have a story, Marge, share yours. Oh, I lost a bunch of weight. Now I help other people do it. What you do and why you're passionate about it. Let them know. People's response will be like, oh, cool. That's great. Good for you. Which is a great response. And then you just ask them, hey, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Or would you like to be, are you interested in learning more about what I'm up to, what I'm doing? And if they say yes, then you can invite them to something. If they say, you know, not really, you just say, oh, no, you know, keep in mind, if you come across anybody that needs help with this, I want to help them. Okay, great. Plant the seed. Okay. So I'm messaging, for example, I'm messaging Jay, we're talking, we're catching up. I'm telling her what I'm doing. She's like, oh, that's really cool. I said, would you like to learn more about it? She says, yeah, actually, kind of interested in what you're doing. Perfect. So now I'm going to invite her to an event. Let me show you how to do it in Teamzy. I'll look her up in the lookup field. I say, hey, Jay, you know, are you going to be around tonight? My team's doing an event on Facebook. It's a live event. You can just watch it from home in your pajamas, but you'll learn all about the business and what we're doing and how we're helping people. And she says, yeah, that sounds great. Okay, perfect. I'm going to send you the link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now log this in Teamzy. I'm on her record. I looked her up in the lookup bar because she's not on my dashboard. That brings me to her record. I'm going to open the big connect box, just like on the dashboard. See, there it is. Now, see on the bottom left where it says invite? This lets me change this from a typical connect, which is just saying hi and having a conversation, to an actual invite. And depending on which version of Teamzy you have, there might be different invite choices. These are typically the 5 or 6 things that that people in your network have told us they invite to. So in this case, I'm going to invite her to a business opportunity meeting, or we can call it an event. Doesn't matter. I'll do event. Okay. And then I'll just put a note. This is a Facebook live biz event. Okay. So I'm inviting her to this. So I'll send her that link. And then I'll say, hey, you know, that's tonight. I'll follow up with you tomorrow, see if you have any questions. She says, great. You see right here where this little check mark is, that's already set a follow-up for me now that I made an invite. But you can change the date to any date in the future. And I'm going to set it for tomorrow because that's what I told her when I told her I would do it, right? You want to follow up right away. So I'm going to log this connect. It's actually logging an invite. You can see it's put a follow-up now on her record. Let me go back to the dashboard. So now you can see there's an invite logged. See, I had a conversation first, found she was interested. I invited her to learn more. Okay, great. Now on my follow-ups list right here for tomorrow, you can see I have a follow-up due. What this process did was it removed her, or I didn't say removed her, it moved her from prospects to my follow-ups list. The follow-ups list is where I put my hot leads, the people who are interested in the business, who I'm inviting to something. I'm putting them on my follow-ups list. Everyone else just cycles through and I'm connecting with them and just working on that relationship, building trust, okay? And I'm creating enough conversations that I'm always finding a few people that are interested and I'm inviting them. Does it make sense? I just got a message this afternoon from an acquaintance in the UK who I met at a conference recently. She's a Juice Plus person. And we talked a little bit and she hadn't used Teamzy. She messaged me today and she says, oh my gosh, I've been using Teamzy for the past 3 weeks. She said, typically I get 1 new rep and 1 new customer a month. This month I got 7 reps and 4 customers. The system's amazing. And here's somebody who's consistently good. She just got her national marketing director, which is their top rank. She just got it at that event where I met her. But this system allows her to do what she does naturally, systemized. Does it make sense? So Jay's on my follow-ups. So when I'm doing my power hour tomorrow, I'll do my prospects, my customers, my distributors, just reaching out like I just showed you. And then I'll go to my follow-ups list and see who's due. Jay will be due, so I will send her a follow-up. Here's how we do it. Go to scripts again and grab a follow-up script. Look, I have them in here. Follow-up number 1, all the way through 10. I have 10 of these in here. Let's grab the first one. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, so we'll get that script. We'll do it just the same way we did before. Okay, change the name to Jay. Great. Put my emoticon in there, whichever one you want. Okay, now it's set up. So I'm going to do a follow-up the same way I do a regular connect. I'm going to toggle over to Facebook and send her that message. Oh, look, it's still on, Jay. That's perfect. Send her that message. Now I'm sending her follow-up message. Number 1, send. Message is off. Okay, so now as I log this message in Teamzy, this is really important. I want to set a new follow-up so she stays on my follow-ups list. If I don't set a new follow-up, she'll just fall back into the Teamzy flow, right? I won't see her again for 30 days. I want to follow up, let's say, in 2 days now. So when I log that connect, you can now see the follow-up is there, due on Friday, okay? On Friday, when I do my power hour, I connect with all my prospects that are up next, my customers who are up next, my distributors who are up next. And as I'm working through my follow-ups who are up next, I'll see Jay is due, and I'll go in here again, and now I'll send her follow-up number 2. Okay? Hi, Jane, just making sure you got my message. Check in to see if you have any questions. So simple, so simple. Do you guys see how easy this is? If you do this, nobody can fall through the cracks. People will be so impressed at how professional you are. Look, I'm just going to finish this. Look, set up. We'll actually do it. I'm going to send it to her again. Don't worry. Jay works for Teamzy. She doesn't mind that I'm messaging her all these random messages right now. Okay. So did I copy that? I think I did. So again, we'll send this to her real quick. Okay. Boom. Follow-up number 2 is sent. Log it. Set the next follow-up. Maybe this time I'll do it in 4 days. Log. Super easy. You guys see how easy that is? Your power hour, prospects, customers, distributors, follow-ups. Okay. So the first half is creating new conversations. Those conversations you'll have ongoing, looking for interest, inviting people, putting them on the follow-ups list, following up. Okay. So in my example, 19 a day, if I got 9 out of 19 responded to me, then by the end of the week, I'd have 45 conversations going. That's pretty awesome, right? Oh my gosh, Eric, I'm so overwhelmed. People message me, they go, I'm so overwhelmed by all the conversations I'm having. Isn't that what you want in your business? And again, the way to manage that overwhelm is to set aside time to have the conversation so you don't have to do it all day long. Say, hey, I'm going to talk to people between 8 and 9 o'clock at night when everything's quiet at home. I'm going to do my messaging. Okay? Just set aside some time like that. Set some boundaries in your business as a business owner, and it'll be so much fun and awesome. Okay. So we're going to do Q&A in a second. If you have questions, put them in the Q&A right there. But before I jump in there, I just want to talk to you real quick about follow-up. I showed you how easy it is to do. I just want to give you guys a little coaching on this. The fortune really is in the follow-up. And this is where 80% of the good leads are wasted in our business. They're wasted. The reason why is because 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. And most people only follow up 3, maybe 4 times before they give up. Okay? The fortune really is in follow-up. If you want to help people, if you're here because you really want to help people and you believe you can change lives, you need to understand something. That you need to follow up with people 8 to 10 times if you want to help them, at least for 80% of the people. And I know why you don't do it. I know that you guys are freaked out about being annoying. You don't want to be a pest. How many of you, that's the reason why you don't follow up 10 times? Because you're worried about being seen as a pest. Here's what I want you to understand. I'm not just going to tell you to be annoying and go do it. I'm going to tell you that, first of all, there's a way to do it so you're not annoying. I'm going to teach you that right now. You can totally do this without being annoying. People will love you for it. But you need to understand something. If you want to help people, if you're in this business because you love people and want to help them, following up isn't something that a pest does. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. It's the only way you help people. It's by following up more. And when you don't follow up, when you give up after 3 or 4, you've communicated to them that you didn't care about them to begin with. Sorry, I don't care about you. Right? I know I told you I did, but since I gave up on you, it's clear that I didn't. Make sense? That's not the message you want to send. So how do you do it without being annoying? First off, you can just use my 10 scripts. They've already got these 2 principles built into them. Okay. And this is something I learned over many years of working with people in my coaching and consulting business. It's how to follow up relentlessly and have them thank you for it. Okay. So here's how to do it. First principle. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to even respond. They don't even have to call back or message or anything. Okay. You're just sending them a message. That's it. They don't have to act on it. Number 2, your message needs to be written, messaged. They need to be able to read it, okay? And it needs to be short. It needs to be short, and they need to be able to read it. And you want to send it via something that has an instant notification on their phone. Facebook Messenger is my favorite, followed by text message. And then maybe some other social media platforms if you use them, like Instagram or Snapchat, something that they're going to get that message instantly, okay? And the reason why it needs to be written and not a voice message and not a video message or anything like that, not a voicemail. Oh my gosh, don't call people. Don't call people on their phones unless you have an appointment. Nobody likes to be called out of the blue, okay, except your mom. She likes to be called out of the blue. Nobody else does. And your mom only likes it when it's you, nobody else. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm joking, but it's true. Right now on my phone, I've got a bunch of messages, okay? Now, what happens is these messages come in, and I can't obviously go listen to a message right now because I'm in the middle of a webinar, right? Usually when you send your message, it's going to be inconvenient to them. They're going to be doing something else. They just can't open it and respond right now. So they're not going to open it at all because they don't want you to see that they opened it and think they're a jerk for not responding to you right now. So they're not going to open it. However, we all want to see what it is. We all want to see what it is, right? So the way to not be annoying is make it short, sweet, and message so that they can quickly see it. And then every time they see your message, they'll be reminded of you. They'll be reminded of the conversation. They'll be moving that much closer to responding and completing their purchase or their sign up, whatever the case may be. Does this make sense? I'm looking at my messages right now. One of these is a voice message. It's 40 minutes old. I still don't know what it says. It's a voice message. Do you know how long it's going to take me to listen to that message? Probably be 9 o'clock tonight. It's so inconvenient for me. Does this make sense? Don't ask them to do anything. Keep it short and make sure it's messaged in a way they can read it. That's how you do follow-ups. And then you stay in touch with them and, use my scripts. They're just gentle reminders. What will happen is people will not respond. The majority of people won't respond at all. Nothing but crickets. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. There's nothing, no response. Has this happened to you guys? They'll go 5 or 6 follow-ups before they respond the first time. And that's long after most people have given up on them. They won't respond at nothing, just crickets. You're like, what is happening? Just keep going. Okay, most people will respond around the 6th or 7th. They'll apologize for not responding, and they'll thank you for your care. They'll thank you sincerely for your care. Okay, so follow the system. Log into Teamzy, get all your accounts, everything into Teamzy. If you need a walkthrough, just click the little help button in the bottom right, and our team will walk you through the process. Get everybody into Teamzy, all your relationships, quickly rank them, and then start connecting with people. Okay, as you find people are interested by having conversations with them, invite them to something, put them on your follow-ups list. Follow up like a pro. That's all you do. 5 days a week. Open up your Teamzy, connect with who's ever up next, have great conversations, invite people, follow up. If you follow this system, you'll get tremendous results. Those results that I told you in the beginning, where people are getting 21 customers and 9 recruits every 90 days, that could be you. Those people aren't geniuses. They're just normal people who are consistently reaching out and making people's day. So hopefully that was helpful. If you've got questions, if you'd like me to answer any questions, put them in the Q&A. There's a little button there on the bottom. Load them up there, and I'll answer a few questions for you if you got them. I'll wait a second, and if you don't have anything, if it was that good and you have no questions, I'll bless you and send you guys on your way. Okay, awesome. Well, let me give you a couple action steps real quick before I send you on your way. Here we go. Where's my presentation? Here it is. Couple action steps. Go get your 30-day free trial started. If you haven't done that already, go do it right now. Go to teamzy.com, get your free trial started. Okay, if you're already in a free trial, set up your subscription so that you don't miss a beat when the 30 days is up. Because what will happen is at 30 days, it just closes and turns off. So you want to set up an ongoing subscription so you keep access. Also, I recommend you get a 30-day success partner to do this with you. Pick somebody. You don't have to be committed to be their success partner forever, but just say, hey, would you do this with me for 30 days? Let's hold each other accountable. Let's get the most out of this. And then you can just message each other each day when you've completed your action steps on Teamzy. Take a screenshot, send it to them. You'll get so much more out of it if you do it with a partner. And then I'll give you guys a 5-day challenge. And this is the 5-day challenge. I want you to connect with 100 people in 5 days. I just want you to feel what it feels like to do what I demonstrated today, about 20 a day. So you can see how much momentum you actually can create in just 5 days in your business. If there's nothing happening in your business right now, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You could go 5 days right now and blow your business up. By Monday, you're going to message me and go, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed with the activity happening in my business. This is what will happen when you start creating that relational energy out there in your business. Okay, so hopefully that was really helpful to you. Wait, I see I've got one question. Let me just see what it is. Need to speak with someone on the phone to walk me through downloading Teamzy to Facebook. So what you're going to do, anonymous attendee, this is super easy. Okay, first of all, there's a step-by-step. If the step-by-step instructions don't work, this is what I want you guys to do, Teamzy. What you're going to do is you are going to open up this box. It's on your thing. And right here where it says schedule one-on-one, just click that. Okay, you click that and you click schedule a time, and then you pick, it'll tell you the date. You pick it, you set an appointment, and they'll do a one-on-one Zoom. Okay, the team will give you a one-on-one Zoom and walk you through it. Make sense? All right, well, thank you guys so much for being on the call tonight. I hope that was really helpful. I hope you learned a lot, and I want to welcome you officially to our Teamzy family. God bless you. Have a great night. Talk to y'all soon.